Going back to what you were asked to do, the things in your part of your job, like for example, you were asked to teach a patient how to administer an intramuscular injection that was estrogen to a young
Yes.
boy.
Yes.
What would give us some more examples of the things that you were asked to do that were unconscionable to you?
Yes, absolutely. Well, nurses often, I'll start with this example, nurses often have to battle with insurance companies over the coverage of certain medications or treatments for patients, right? It's a
Mhm.
very common thing. And so one of my jobs was whenever a medication bounced back as not being covered under their insurance plan, I would have to call the insurance and get a prior authorization, is what it's called. And this is just basically telling the insurance that this is medically necessary, that the doctor ordered this, that this is essential for their health and well-being. And so I was put in a position where I had, as part of my job, to do that. It wasn't all the time. I had lots of other responsibilities outside of the endocrine department, but this was one of them. And so the idea of me picking up the phone and convincing a health insurance plan that this sweet, vulnerable 15-year-old girl needs testosterone is
You had to convince the insurance company that it
I
was.
had to get authorization for the medication.
And how would you do that theoretically on the phone with the insurance company?
So sometimes they requested a doctor's signature. Sometimes they requested a letter from the doctor explaining why the medication is necessary. Sometimes all they need is just to talk to a human being, a nurse on the phone, and just be like, okay, we're gonna move forward with this. We'll sign off on it, rubber stamp it. But that was just one example, right? Just the act of the very small, but in my mind, very significant task, expectation, I should say, as a part of my job, that I had to advocate for these children to sterilize themselves.
Like, how would that even work in practice? Like, what would you say to the insurance company?
Yeah, I would say I would give them the reason it was prescribed. So the purpose for the medication, the reason for why it was prescribed, the length of time that the child needed to be on it. Just, it's just a common thing. This is not just for, nurses do this all the time, right?
But this was the thing that really pushed you over the edge.
This, and I would say there was one other situation which you alluded to, where nurses do a lot of patient teaching in hospitals as well, and that's very common. And so this doctor providing transgender services approached me at the nurse's station and said, "Hey, I just finished seeing this patient. Would you mind going in there and teaching him how to administer an intramuscular injection so he can inject himself at home with the medication that I'm prescribing?" I had no idea we do this all the time, and we don't really ask or know in some cases. And so I went into the room and quickly saw that this was a male dressing up as a female, embracing a false gender identity. And as I was kind of going through the motions of instructing him, I just thought to myself, I wonder what this is for. I wonder what this medication is for. I go back.
What medication is it, by the way?
Estrogen.
Estrogen.
And so I go back to chart, as all nurses do. And
Chart?
we just document, right? We document what we've done, there's a record.
Mm-hmm.
And I look and I see that the doctor has just ordered estrogen intramuscularly. And I said, well, I can't believe this. I've literally taught him how to erase himself with estrogen. So that was a real breaking point for me as well. And this just built over time, and you just get so angry and so devastated and so sad for these patients that are believing a lie about their identity, about who God's made them to be. Mm-hmm. But you have no idea what to do about it. You're one person.
Right.
And you don't know the most effective way, the most, the way that would achieve justice, like true justice for them.
This is James O'Keefe. You know me for exposing the truth and holding the powerful accountable. But today, I want to talk to you about protecting your own freedom, starting with your finances. Right now, the warning signs are everywhere. The Fed continues to print money. Interest rates and inflation remain high, and everywhere you look, your hard-earned money just doesn't go as far as it used to. That's not your imagination, it's today's reality. If central banks are loading up on gold, why not you? That's why I've now partnered with American Independence Gold. They're veteran-owned, and proceeds from every sale go to Tunnel to Towers, supporting our first responders and heroes. And listen, right now, the first 50 customers get a $1,000 credit towards their account. That's right, $1,000 to help you get started protecting your wealth with real, physical gold. Don't wait for the next crisis. Go to O'KeefeMediaGold.com, that's OKEEFE MediaGold.com, or 833-324-GOLD. Again, that's O'KeefeMediaGold.com or 833-324-GOLD. Take action, get the facts, and protect your future, because freedom isn't given, it's secured. This is James O'Keefe. Don't just watch history, own a piece of it.